Hey guys, so this video is going to be a really quick reminder on some of the strategies we use for time. Not necessarily reading clocks, but using time to figure out when things start, when things end, how long things lasted. So some really quick reminders is one strategy we might use is a timeline. It just helps us keep things organized because sometimes in your head, all the numbers that you're hopping can just easily get confused. So this just helps you keep track of it. And then number 2, so we hop by hours and minutes. You could also do minutes then hours. It just depends. And then also, this is a really big one, 60 minutes makes a new hour. So if you're hopping and you say something like 5:82, then you need to realize, actually, I should be in the 6 o'clock hour now because when I got to 60 minutes, a new hour, I rolled into a new hour. So I'm going to show you the 3 types of examples you might see. So this example here is we're given when something starts and we know how long it lasts and we're trying to figure out what time it ended. So if it started at 3:25, I could either hop 1 hour and then 19 minutes or I could do 19 minutes and then 1 hour. It really does not matter. So I'll just hop the 1 hour. So I'm going to write just 1H and that means my hours should change. So it is 4:25. All right, did my hour, now I'm going to do 19 minutes. I could break that into 10 and 9. Some people like to go to perfect tens and they would do 5. That does then make this number a little difficult to work with. So I'm actually going to do 10 minutes. So that means my minutes should now change. So 25 and 10 more is 4:35. And now I'm going to add, this would be a good opportunity to do 5 minutes. Because 9 breaks into 5 and 4, so that would get me to 4:40. And then 4 minutes, because 9 breaks into 5 and 4, would be 4:44. So whatever this thing was that started at 3:25 and lasted an hour and 19 minutes, ended at 4:44. All right, now this is actually the opposite. This one is we know something ended at 3:55 and it lasted 73 minutes. What time did it start? So we actually have to hop backwards. All right, so now with this one, you can do this in 2 ways. You can either hop 73, kind of like we would with any number line, or you could, for those of you that know that 60 minutes equals an hour, you could change this into 1 hour and 13 minutes. It's up to you. If you recognize it, I would do that. If you don't, then you'll hop the 73. But that can be a little tricky sometimes. So I'll actually show you that way. So if I'm doing 73 minutes, well, something I could do is I could hop 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 3. So I could do that. Or I could hop 55 because that would get me to a perfect 3 o'clock. Either way. So let's say I do the 55. If I do minus 55, that gets me to 3 o'clock. Okay? Now I need to do, I still need to get to 73. So let me do another 5. So that gets me, now this is where it's tricky. I'm going backwards. So now I need to be in the 2 o'clock time. So it's actually 2:55. Now that's 60 minutes. Now I could do minus 10, which would be 70 minutes. So now it's 2:45. So 55, 60, 70, and then minus 3 would be 2:42. All right, so that would be one way to solve to see that this thing started at 2:42. I could have also gone and said an hour and 13 minutes would be 2:55 is the hour, and then the 13 minutes would be the 10 and the 3. I'd still get there. I could have also done minus 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. That's 7 tens for 70, and then 3. That does take a lot more hops, but it's also a good way to practice your time changing in intervals of 10 and working with your minutes. So I'll really quickly show you what that would look like. So we're at 3:55 and we're going to go backwards 10. So now I'm at 3:45. Here's another 10, 3:35. another 10, 3, 25, another 10, 3, 15, another 10, 3, 05. This is where things get tricky. Another 10 is 255. So you have to recognize that when you're going into new hours, either backwards or forwards. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Another 10 would be 245. And then minus 3 is 242. So both ways, I got 242 as the starting time. So we've gone forward, we've gone backwards, and then the last type would be, you know the starting time and the ending time, and you have to figure out how long something lasted. So one strategy you could use is, could I go a whole hour? That would give me 7:49. So that works. So let me do one whole hour, 7:49. Could I do another hour? That would be 8:49. That's down here. So nope, not going to go another hour. Now I'm going to go some minutes. Some people might use the strategy of, let me just go 1 minute, because that gets me to a nice 7:50. Then I can go 10 minutes to 8 o'clock. And then look at that. Let me just hop 13 minutes. And then to find this, I add all these together. This thing, whatever this was that was happening that started here and ended here, was 1 hour and 10, 20, 23, 24 minutes. Okay? I also could have just hopped. So let's say I tried a different way to do it, and I started at 6:49 and ended at 8:13. Well, I could have maybe hopped 1 minute to get to 6:50. I could have hopped 10 minutes to get to 7 o'clock. Then I could have hopped 1 hour to get to 8 o'clock. And then 13 minutes to get to 8:13. So again, it's 1 hour and 10, 20, 23, 24 minutes. So really there's no one way to do this. It's whatever helps you be consistent with your hours and minutes. Now I will tell you another strategy that I do see third graders use sometimes. I'll go to this one. Is, let's say if we're back here, this event started at 3:25 and I'm adding 1 hour and 19 minutes. So I could go here and I could say, okay, 25 minutes plus 19 minutes, 25, 35, 44. And then an hour would be 4:44. So same thing. You just have to be careful when this adding gets you into something bigger than 60. It's kind of like saying, oh, I made a new hour. So you just have to be careful about using that strategy. But it is a strategy you could also try. So try out these ideas when you are working with time today. Try a timeline.